Welcome everybody to Monsters and Madness, a Dungeons & Dragons adventure featuring some of the members and friends of the Hawk and Cleaver community. We hope you enjoy this little campaign we've made for you guys, filled with action, filled with suspense, and hard-hitting questions, such as what is good and what is evil, the value of another person's life, and, of course, most importantly, who gets all the magical items. If you're new to Dungeons & Dragons, or you've never played a tabletop role-playing game before, don't worry, as pretty much all of the cast haven't played one either. Unfortunately, we did have a bit of a microphone issue in our first recording session, so apologies in advance if you hear any odd breaks or cracks in the audio. But, without further ado, let's get this adventure started. I would like everybody to introduce themselves and their characters. Daniel, can you please start us off?
Sure, yeah. I'm Daniel Wilcox. I am one of the co-founders of the Other Stories podcast. I'm a author. I write novels and books and short stories. And yeah, my character is a bard who is a dragonborn, is my race, and my name is Europrax Tempesis III. And you'll find out a little bit more about me, so I'm just going to leave it there. But I spit acid, which is lots of fun.
Excellent.
And then I'll pass the baton over to Carl.
Hello. So I'm Carl Hughes. You'll be able to hear some of the episodes I've edited at the Other Stories, some which have been written by members of the party here. Apart from that, I produce music. I do various other bits and bobs for Hawk and Cleaver as well. So for this, I'll be playing a character called Finn Ironleaf. He is a half-elf who studied at Montfuel University. And that's all I'm going to say for now. So I will now pass it over to Andy.
Hey everybody, my name is Andy Conduit Turner. I write in a number of formats. You may have seen some of my short stories on the Other Stories over the last couple of years or so. I will be playing a tiefling rogue by the name of Scamos Nowhere. My background? Well, that's no one's concern really, nothing important, nothing to take note of, just a guy going about his regular, non-shameful, on the run from any one type of business, I guess. So with that note, swiftly over to John.
Hey everyone, I'm John Crinnan. I'm a writer and podcaster. Like some of the other members of the party, I've written a few short stories that have appeared on Hawk and Cleaver's The Other Stories podcast. And in this campaign, I'll be playing a dwarven fighter called Oran Hammerhand.
Excellent. And my name is Lewis Hay, and I will be the dungeon master for these adventures. I haven't done much for Hawk and Cleaver, but me and my best bud Dan here did write, and I illustrated The Wonster, which I believe may have been one of Hawk and Cleaver's first ever children books.
It was, and a fantastic one at that, if I say so myself.
Stop.
Bailey enjoyed it anyway.
Yeah, good. As long as Bailey enjoyed it, that was the important bit. All right. Are you guys ready to dive into it?
Let's do this.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, we begin our story on the Sword Coast, a vast coastline over 1,000 miles long and almost dead straight. Here you'll find bustling cities that prosper, such as Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, and the city of Waterdeep. Each one of them is a perfect place for an adventurer to carve out their own piece of history, fame, fortune, wealth, power, anything. However, it's not all fame and fortune, as this realm is dark and unknowing. Untamed woodlands, evil and corruption lurking in almost every shadow, ruins of civilizations lost to time, and the ever-present threat of monsters and beasts. Though some brave heroes in the past have fended off this evil and become beacons of light for the people, with every mote of light that ever existed, there is always the constant threat of it being snuffed out. You've all come from different walks of life, with different goals and dreams. However, all four of you have one thing in common. You've heard this kind of calling, this kind of pull in your mind that you were meant for more, that you were meant for greatness, for fame, for power, to be called a hero, if you can believe in such a silly word. And through sheer circumstance, the four of you have each heard whispers of a nearby town called Russellton, which has become some point of kind of like a gathering hub for young heroes to kind of test and hone their skills. This little town of Russellton is very close to what's known as the Tradeway, a long stretch of road which connects all these major cities on the Sword Coast. So, of course, it was a no-brainer to go there. Each of you began your journey at quite a similar time, and all ended up walking along on this same road together, heading to Russellton. And with the obvious sense of safety in numbers, you began to travel as a group, which came in handy because the first night you saw yourself facing off against a wild pack of wolves. However, victorious and managing to fend off these wolves, you decided to call it a night there and gather amongst the fire and amongst the stars around a little campfire. In the dead of night, you heard someone approaching your little kind of campfire and little kind of nesting area that you'd made just off the Tradeway, and you stumbled across quite a large, burly half-orc of the name of Grimmel, who was currently being hired by a nice little elven couple known as the Oaks, who had hired this large, hulking half-orc to safely get them through the woods as well and through the Tradeway. With a little bit of convincing and promise of whatever you were cooking on the fire, this Grimmel and the Oak family decided to spend the night with you and shelter next to your campfire. You guys traded some stories and had a laugh about when you were kids and finding scrolls hiding in the woods amongst the creeks. And with that, you guys all kind of drifted off to sleep. You awake the next morning, and you are surprised to see that Grimmel and the Oaks are not there.
Bastards.
Scarford.
We shared our meat with them. We fed them from the goodness of our hearts from the scraps of those wolves, and they buggered off without leaving any message.
Let's not
Well,
be
hold
too
on.
hasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about?
Is any of our stuff missing?
I was just about to say.
Yeah, you go through your bits, and as far as you can tell, nothing's been taken.
Good.
Are there
Yeah, I'm not.
Are there any tracks? Are there any signs? Have they left anything behind?
Okay. Well, looking around, you do see that there is a little scrap of paper that has gently been placed atop a scarf.
Who's scarf? Who's wearing
Shall
a
we-
scarf here?
Is there anything upon this paper? Should we have a read?
I think.
Yeah, I'll go.
I think that's
I'll
the
go
obvious
over and
choice.
pick up. Yeah, I'll go over and pick up the note.
All right. It seems to be, from what you can imagine, and judging by the little signature at the end, it is from the Oaks themselves. That nice little elven couple that you bumped into. It simply reads, "I'm really sorry. Grimmel insisted that we kind of pack up and head off at the crack of dawn, and we didn't want to wake you, and we are paying him to get us safely. If you ever kind of find yourself in Russellton, and maybe we'll bump paths again, but as a thank you for letting us share the campfire and keeping us safe throughout the night, we knitted you this. Please take care, please be safe, and of course, as you probably already know, the woods are a very dangerous place." And it's just addressed at the end, the Oaks.
What a class act that family is.
I mean, it's a nice gesture, but one scarf among 4 people. Could she made like one glove for each of us? Surely that would have taken as much time as the scarf.
When did she knit this scarf, do we think, guys?
Yeah.
And Grimmel has a very light step for a half-orc to sneak away in the night.
So if they if they left at the crack of dawn, can we look at the sky? Like, what kind of time is it now? Do we imagine?
You reckon it's a couple of hours off? You reckon it's been sunny for a bit now? If you had to vary a guess, maybe 9ish, maybe 10ish.
Quite late.
Well, I mean, as I'm over at the note, I've obviously walked over to the note. Should I put on the scarf, guys? Do we want to?
It
Well, I
depends
can't
what,
wear it. It'll get
what
caught in my
colour is the
spines.
scarf?
Oh, the scarf itself is very nicely knitted, actually. It's quite high quality, but from what you heard and what they told you last night, they were tapestry workers and they were, working in textiles.
At least we can do is give them some advertising. Yes, I believe you should wear it.
Okay.
Can I do a check for any enchantments?
Oh yeah, absolutely you can. Just roll up a straight up Incarna.
Just while I'm doing this, a note for people listening: this is a lot of our first times, or we're quite early into D&D, so this might take a little bit of going. Which dice am I rolling?
You're rolling the D20, buddy, the big chunky one, the big 20-sided one, and this is our first roll of the campaign, technically.
4 plus 2, 6.
6. Okay. You're not sensing much. I mean, it's a really nice scarf. I think you reckon that this nice couple, the Oaks, you reckon they're going to do good if they manage to get enough coin to start their own business. It's a beautifully knitted scarf. It's almost like an icy blue kind of colour.
It's up to you, dwarf.
I like that roll essentially just allowed you to sense that it was a scarf.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely a scarf.
I had my doubts.
I'm going to wear the scarf.
Wear
putting on the scarf.
What colour was it?
I missed what colour it was.
It was it's like a lovely icy blue.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't have suited me in red. Yeah. So do we need to roll to see that it looks good on him or not, or are we good? Whether it suits him.
I'm not going to make you roll for that. No, he's more of a winter, so he's more of like a deep dark colour. Like he's better with like the dark blues and purples. So this kind of nice icy light blue does look a bit odd on him because he's probably quite leathery, earthy tones to his normal outfit. But yeah, I mean,
I've seen better.
It's a dwarf wearing a scarf.
Should we pack up our things and head back on the road? Potentially head over to Russellton.
I think we've
Let's
got to
head
get
on
going,
our merry way.
Yeah.
So now I want the scarf.
Is this the goal of the campaign, for everyone to have at least one scarf?
We're going to hunt down the Oaks until we get 3 more scarves.
Just do them favours.
It's a side quest.
It's a good marketing strategy from them, to be honest.
Yeah, if we do good work wearing their clothes, their business is going to get off to a flying start. So we'll look them up when we get there. I'm going to see if they can get me a hat. I think hats suit me. But anyway, shall we pack our gear?
Yeah, that's how I got given my bike in Pokemon, by flashing it around for people to see.
That was an oak as well.
It was.
There's an oak there as well. Oh god, it's all coming together.
Maybe it was the same guy.
Oh god, you figured it out. This was just going to be an elaborate Pokemon adventure. You've already cracked it. All right, you guys pack up your stuff. Doesn't take too long. Just kicking out the little embers of the fire to make sure that they're definitely out. Just your bedrolls and normal gear that you would have for roughing it out in the wilderness. And with that, you guys continue heading down the tradeway.
Okay.
It is quite a nice, clear, kind of crisp morning. No clouds, so it's like a nice bright, and the light is cutting through the leaves of the trees quite nicely and rippling across the pathway as you make your way through. Anything you guys would like to talk about or discuss as you kind of journey onto Russellton?
I'd probably ask Oren to keep his eyes open this time and maybe not let us get waylaid by wolves. So if you could just do that, that'd be amazing.
I'm on it. I am a little bit distracted by this scarf because it doesn't really sound like scarf weather to me, and now I feel pretty self-conscious about it. But I'm owning it.
We call it a pashmina, so we're good.
Yeah, as you kind of continue to walk along, Oren, you do notice this scarf is very, very cozy.
Oh, okay.
It's got a little bit of weight to it, almost like a comforter blanket. It's quite nice.
I'm enjoying it. Even if it clashes, I'm a little bit self-conscious, but yeah. I'm going to keep rocking it.
You've probably got a couple of beads of sweat on the back of your neck, but you're not letting it bother you.
You've got to commit to your bit.
Yeah, it works quite well because this room that I'm in right now is roasting.
Excellent.
I mean, I'm just grumbling because I don't have a scarf myself. Like
How
seriously,
long is-
who makes one scarf for 4 people?
How long is the scarf? Can I? Is it if it's like a long, like Tom Baker Doctor Who type thing? Maybe we can drape it across so that I don't just get the benefit of it.
It is quite long. It's not. We're not going Doctor Who Tom Baker long, but it is quite a long scarf.
Okay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Bring it near me. I'm spitting acid on it.
All right. As you guys kind of give Oren a bit of a ribbing for wearing a scarf in this nice weather, you're all surprised to see a female character, a female figure, fall out of the wooded areas along this pathway, and she just straight up falls over and collapses to the ground, almost like stumbling out of the bushes.
Well, let us rush haphazardly to her aid then.
Are you doing that?
Absolutely, I am.
I'll
One of
hold
my
back
characters-
a little bit.
One of my character's flaws is that he is terribly impulsive. Doesn't necessarily think things through. Sorry, guys, you landed with me. So I'm dashing in with a to see what's wrong.
All right. Scamos, you rush over to this female figure, and as you approach her, she's kind of haphazardly falling out, and she's almost like fainted or collapsed. But as you kind of get closer to her and kind of lift her shoulder and roll her over, you notice that she's beautiful. She has very delicate features that would probably put some of the elves that you've seen in your past to shame. Her skin is almost like a darkish brown. And on closer inspection, it's not just a dark brown. She's made of wood.
Is she missing a scarf?
Yeah, there are goosebumps on her neck. She's desperate for a scarf. No, she's not missing a scarf, but as you continue to look at her, her skin is almost has a veneer to it. It's got the lines of wood and notches in it. Her hair is this kind of very dark green color. She also has antlers protruding from her forehead. And her dress itself seems to be made from leaves and twigs.
Your standard wood antler lady. I've seen this before, gentlemen. Let's. Is she conscious? Can we speak and ask if she's okay?
No, she is currently unconscious.
In that case, then we should see if we can rouse her just gently. Just see if we can give her nothing too rough, just a little shake. Make sure it's nothing too forceful, and see if we can rouse her at first before we do anything dramatic like carry her and try and move her in case of a neck injury.
Excellent. So as you try and rouse her, you notice as you give her a little shake, she's almost like she's peeling. The skin on her arms, although she always has her face and her neck and chest is quite a nice darkish tan color and wooden. Her forearms, her fingers, her hands, her limbs are almost grey and whitish. And as you kind of shake her to rouse her, some of the bark on her arms and legs kind of crumbles away, almost like a really old kind of wooden window frame where the paint is starting to peel off.
I am not skilled in healing dryads or similar creatures at all, my friends. I mostly rob and kill people. So, does anyone here have any healing abilities?
Should we keep the guy that burned down a bar away from the wooden chick? Who has healing abilities?
I've got 2 axes, so I'm throwing away. You can't see those.
We are screwed. I'm kind of just checking out and keeping an eye on the road to make sure that no one comes up on us.
All right. No, doesn't seem to be anyone coming at the moment.
Finn, do you want to? Have you got anything of use?
So I do have mage armor that I can cast, but I believe that's more of a protection than it is a healing spell.
Yes, that is right, Finn. That would be more of a protection thing. You guys could roll, for example, nature. You could roll arcana because, from what you can imagine or what you can see, she seems to be a creature made of wood with antlers. She's probably has some kind of magical element to her. You could just straight up roll survival if you feel like that would help you. Maybe she's just dehydrated. You don't know.
Let's try and give her a drink of water. Let's try and give her a little sip of water first. See if we can revive her that way before we try anything more dramatic. With bearing in mind none of us is a natural healer. Let's see if the element which brings life, as a wise princess once told me. That's a niche reference. Let's see if we can revive her with that.
Okay, yeah, that's easily done. All guys have like a water skin on you with water in it. You uncork yours and kind of bring it up to her lips, and as you kind of coax a bit of it into her mouth, she does kind of awake with a start and splutter a little bit, and her eyes, like big, beautiful, almost like amber-like coloured eyes, just dart about and stare at you, and she's kind of short of breath and almost trying to pull away a little bit, but just because of sheer surprise that she's managed to get this far out into the opening.
Okay, obviously want to try and calm her down first, so very gentle, calm way. Everyone stay low, make sure everyone get your hands where we can see them, and just we'll speak in common tongue and just ask her to relax. It's okay, we're not enemies, she's not in any danger from us.
She kind of is darting about and looks at you guys. She's like, thank you. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm just running. And I just felt weak and I fell.
Okay, take it easy. Take a little bit more water. We'll hand her some. Take your time. Calm down. Everyone, stay alert. Is anyone chasing you? Or tell us what's in your own time. Slowly tell us what's happening.
And she's still like kind of short of breath, because you can imagine or you can assume that before she collapsed onto the road and fell out of the shrubberies that she was obviously possibly been sprinting or just trying to escape from something, and she's still there kind of heavy breathed, and I've got it. I feel like I need to get away, or I need someone to help me, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, if you can explain what you're running from, perhaps we can help you. You haven't met us before, but we four have felt the call to heroism, and we're on the road, so perhaps it is fate that we have met on this day.
Okay. She kind of looks at you like, yeah, okay.
We're not much to look at, but
Speak for yourself.
We are
Check
here.
out this scar.
There's 3 more of those coming soon.
She kind of once the kind of shock is kind of dissipated a little bit, she seems to regain a bit more of her kind of grace and regalness, and although she's not getting up because she seems too weak to even stand at the moment, she kind of composes herself and says, my name is El Morris. I am one with this forest. My spirit has been here for as long as I know, and something is attacking it, and there's a dark entity in this forest that's affecting me. And she kind of gestures to her limbs, her arms, and her shoulders. Everything seems to be rotting and crumbling her wood-like skin. There's some kind of evil entity that's attacking the parts of the forest which I'm bound to, and I don't know. I thought maybe if I could get further enough away, I wouldn't feel the effect on me anymore, but the further I get away, the weaker I feel.
What is she? Has anyone asked that yet?
Let's see. You could probably roll history, or just a straight up intelligence roll if you are just trying to deduce what she is.
Is anyone high in those?
My intelligence is pretty good.
I have a +3 history.
I'm not good for either of those things, so don't rely on me for this one. I'm just watching dumbstruck.
So what I'll do is I'll think back to my university days. I'll think of all those boring books I read about forest people, and I will perhaps roll a history.
Excellent, go for it, man.
So is this a plus 20?
Yeah, that's the one, plus 20.
D20. Right, let's do it. Oh, 19.
Oh, excellent.
Plus 3.
Oh, okay, you are, without a shadow of a doubt, you know this. You've read about these a bunch of times. This is what is known as a dryad, a kind of magical creature where a spirit or a soul has been bound to a tree or a forest itself. And this is the kind of physical incarnation of a forest.
What did you say her name was? Alana Morissette.
Alana Morissette. Elmoris.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about this darkness? Where did you first see it? How long has this been going on?
I'm not 100% sure, she says. I mean, I've been in this forest for as long as I can remember. The days just meld into a long lull of peace and tranquility, but something has disturbed the tree that I'm bound to. It's nesting there, and it's poisoning the forest of which that I live in, and I'm not sure what it is.
Gentlemen, although our new friend here is not sure what it is, I can be pretty sure that it sounds like it's up to no good. Alaris, maybe we can ask you just one more question. This entity, this creature, do you know if it bleeds?
She kind of looks at you a little bit confused.
I hold her gaze exactly without blinking.
Roll.
Roll for intimidation.
I'm not intimidating, it's an intense stare.
Smolder.
Many of the creatures that find themselves living in my woods are of creation and bleed, yes.
In that case, gentlemen, we can kill it. So, as science has taught us. So now I put it to you, friends. We are recent companions in a democracy that we have chosen to travel together. What say you? Do we help this maiden and begin we lay our journey to the town to see if we can uncover what has befallen this forest? A powerful ally, I might add. And see if we can help them out. Maybe it's even related to that bug that almost took certainly my arm off last week in his wolves. We could help clear up this entire operation for travellers of the future.
Or we could die, just to play devil's advocate here. I mean, we have no idea how powerful this monster is. It's literally destroying this woman piece by piece somehow and drawing her back into the forest. How far away is this monster? How far would we need to travel? Are there other people that can help here?
I think we need to discuss rewards and whether she has 3 scarves that she might perhaps reward us for this.
Look, I'm not interested in scarves. All I want to know.
Of course not. You have one.
You would say that. Is how many people are going to know if we come back victorious, if we defeat whatever this evil presence is in the forest. Is anyone going to hear about it? I want to know, if an evil presence falls in the woods, does it make a sound out beyond? I want to have some fame and renown go out if we do this. I don't want to do it for material rewards. I want people to know my name.
Speaking as the bard, I can guarantee that no matter what endeavours we get stuck into, there's going to be one corker of a slam poem coming your way.
And just think of how Uruprax's song will go if all the birds in this forest also sing of our great deeds, gentlemen. Every tweet, every little rustle from the bushes, singing our names. Maybe not in a language everyone understands, but you'll know.
Elmoris very timidly raises a hand, very weakly. It raises a hand and goes, I'll know if you protect the forest.
You see, guys, someone who by a description that we've heard here, is a mystical creature, the embodiment of this forest, and makes elves, traditionally very beautiful, look like absolute munters, will know of the great deeds we have done here today. And, Oroprax, to your point, we could die, but in which case our problems are probably over.
That is true.
Then
One
I
last
say
question.
aye. Oh,
One last question. One last question.
And then we'll take a vote. No one's voted yet. That was a practice.
We can't all clap at the same time, so we at the same time. One last question. How far away is this monster?
How far away is this monster? That is an excellent question. She kind of, her eyes don't glaze over. She just kind of stares very intently into the like, obviously because you guys are on along the tradeway, and obviously this is kind of cutting through a forest itself. So on one side of the pathway is forest, on the other side of the pathway obviously is forest as well. Her eyes kind of slightly glaze over. She kind of just stares into the woodland area, which goes off and vast into nothingness kind of thing. She says, 3-4 miles.
An hour. If we are quick.
To your vote, gentlemen.
I feel like I've already voted. I stand by it. That's up to you guys.
He said, gloriously flashing his scarf.
I want an extra scarf, so let's do it.
Then surely the extra scarf would be easy just to ignore this bitch and go into town.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Just to clarify, not all adventures will be rewarded with scarves.
But there's a chance.
There is a chance.
Right. Oh, what the hell I'm in.
That is the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons.
The others voting, having advocated for it quite strongly, I make a passing gesture that I might vote no, but then obviously say yes. Let's do this.
Huzzah!
Woohoo!
Morris will, with Scamus's help, will prop herself up, and still leaning quite heavily onto you, Scamus, but she is very dainty and very light, even though she is pretty much putting all her weight on you. She kind of helps you, and not helps you, sorry. She kind of drags you along, and you help her up to the edge of the pathway where it becomes forest. And she kind of puts her hand and leans against the tree, and she slowly begins to phase and sink into it. Her hand, her forearm, it all just slightly starts to meld, and she goes into the tree. And as she's kind of melding into the tree, she turns back and looks at you guys, and she says, I will help in any way I can. I will lead you to where I reside. But keep in mind, the forest itself is currently under threat, and when something's threatened, it tends to fight back. And though I do have sway in this forest, you will be seen as that threat, possibly.
We get it. That's fine.
Okay.
We stand prepared.
All right. And with that, she completely phases and disappears into this tree. There's a bit
See,
of
you
a.
wouldn't have seen that if you'd said no. That's a verse right there. Come on.
Fine. I'm making notes of this glorious adventure.
For your creative process.
Okay, start writing some poetry. Jesus.
There's a bit of an awkward silence after she disappears into the tree, and everyone's just kind of looking about. And then you hear a slight rustle to your left, and as you look over, a flower has just bloomed. Just a single pale white flower has just bloomed on a nearby bush. And then a couple of seconds later, slightly further up and slightly deeper into the woods, a second flower, same pale white one, blooms again. And then you can see then a third just a little bit further off. That one then third flower starts to bloom. And it seems like she is within the forest itself now, creating kind of like a map for you guys to follow.
Well, that's a neat party trick.
Shall we follow our convenient waypoint markers and be on our way, gentlemen.
I'm going to
Without
draw
a
my
doubt.
rapier in readiness.
All right. You guys heading into the forest and following this little trail of flowers?
Which put the colour of your scarf to shame.
Oddly enough, it's very hard to get purely white thread, so I hear. So, very true. Even for the Oaks.
Are the Oaks. Their legend is national.
Their legend will never die.
They will live in infamy. The scarf makers of their generation. Okay, you guys begin to venture into the woods. Very overgrown, and it almost cuts out the light and becomes very dark all of a sudden, as it kind of almost encases in shadows.
Hang on a second. Hands up who has dark vision.
You guys.
It's okay. Follow us.
This dark
Don't
forest.
worry, it's not
does
pitch
not
black.
Shake my hand.
It's
Let me
not
hold
pitch
your
black, but
scarf.
there is a yeah, hold on to the scarf and he will guide you. Not to worry, it's not pitch black. There is a noticeable difference in the amount of light, because it's just so overgrown and all the trees are just enveloping over top of each other and just making just shade everywhere. All right, you guys begin to venture into this woods. These little pale white flowers blooming on surfaces, on the vines, in little bushes, and just on the ground, just generally kind of making quite a little lazy, slightly swerving pathway. As you begin to venture deeper, you turn around and notice that as you've passed them, the flowers themselves kind of de-bloom and reverse and shrink and disappear into nothingness. So she is kind of creating these as you kind of go along, and as they are not needed, they are disappearing behind you. All right. Is there anything any guys would like to do?
I mean, in terms of order, I want to stand in between you guys.
Oh, that is an excellent point. Should we get a pecking order as you kind of push your way through the shrubberies?
I think us dark vision users need to be surrounding the people who don't have dark vision. And we need to be glancing constantly into the dark forest just to make sure there's nothing coming our way.
That's excellent. So who's going to be leading this crusade?
So maybe Oren at the front, and me and Scamos either side of
All right.
Europe.
So we got Oren at the front, Scamos and Finn are kind of side by side, just behind Oren. And then that leaves Uraprax not leading. Uraprax is at the rear. Excellent. I would love if you guys could do a little perception roll for me as you kind of venture deep into the forest.
Sure thing, a 20.
Yeah, a d20 and then plus your perception modifier.
I just rolled a 20.
Natural 20, excellent. First
Yeah,
natural 20 of the game.
Oh man, do I want to waste this on a perception? I might want to use this in a fight, and then my modifier there is on perception. So what roll is that on? Sorry, is that on intelligence?
There is it's just in your skill section.
Wisdom.
There's a perception. And it is wisdom based, yeah.
Perception, I have nothing, so just 20.
Natural 20 though, still very good. Oran, what did you roll?
I got an unnatural 20. I got a 19 plus 1.
Doof, you guys are rocking it straight out the gate. Finn?
So I got a 15 with a +5, so another 20.
Another unnatural die.
Oh man, we're using up all our luck early.
Yeah.
The whole forest just lights up and we can see.
Well, hold on, let's not be too hasty. Uraprax, what did you roll?
Doesn't matter.
No.
No, you don't. I got 12.
Any pluses?
That's including my plus.
Oh, including. Okay.
Screw you guys. Don't make me spit acid on you.
So
We'll give you audio description of what we can see.
yeah. So Oran, Finn, and Scamos are all keeping their wits about them and trying as hard as they can to kind of survey the whole surroundings. And Uraprax is leading the rear and kind of looking at the scarf that Oran currently wearing and just mumbling to himself about how he probably should have been wearing it because he can pull it off a bit better.
Writing his slam poems.
Yeah, he's probably sketching in his book and writing slam poems, yeah. However, it was good enough because everybody notices, well, not notices, everybody hears that there is rustling in the bushes to the right of them.
Oh, not this again.
At what
I'm
distance
not going
to the
do
right?
what.
Seems close, and it seems to be getting closer with those really high rolls, with those unnatural and natural 20s. It's getting closer, and it seems to be quite swift. It's almost the sound of something like batting away at twigs and leaves and bushes.
Okay. I stop the procession of people, and we turn to the right to be ready for it. I get my warhammer prepared. It's in my hands.
Excellent.
I'm drawing rapier. As we know that the forest may attack us inadvertently, I'm not so concerned that I'm going to fire an arrow in case it's an innocent animal that we can perhaps just deflect. I don't want to put something between its eyes, but I'm going to draw my rapier ready to not almost lose an arm this time.
All right. At that moment, there is a rustle, and leaping out of the bushes is a wild boar.
Oh.
Almost like proper going for it, like a horse leaping over a hurdle, and it almost gets up to about head and chest level for you guys. And as it kind of leaps out, it kind of crashes to the floor, skitters past, and almost skids and makes a U-turn to face you guys. So as it kind of leaps past you, you guys track it in the air. You notice riding atop of it is a small creature. For lack of a better word, it almost looks like Groot. It looks like a baby Groot. Is riding atop this boar, and it has like a little sharpened twig kind of spear in its hand. You're not sure what it's saying, because I don't think any of you guys can comprehend the languages that it speaks. But it's atop of this boar, almost riding it like a mighty steed, and he points these little twigs spear at you guys, and begins to charge at you guys. I would like everybody to roll initiative.
20s, yeah?
Yeah, roll those 20s. Okay, let's start with Oran. What did you roll?
I've got a 14 roll minus 1, so 13.
13. Excellent. Scamos?
16 plus 2, 18.
Nice. Finn Ironleaf?
So I rolled a 14, and then I'm just looking for the skill.
It should be underneath your health, I believe, if you've got the app.
Health.
What about on the paper?
On the PDF middle column, just under your name.
What's your dexterity straight off the bat? Because it's the same as your dexterity.
Oh, so mine's 10.
So that'd be a +0 to what you rolled.
+0, yeah.
So what was it?
14, sorry.
14, excellent.
Yeah.
And Uraprax?
22.
22, nice.
Natural 20.
Alrighty. So, starting off the bat, we have Uraprax. A boar has leaped out from the bushes and has kind of skidded to a halt and turned to face you guys. And it seems to have a weird woodland creature on it. Almost looks like a baby Groot with a little spear. And then this boar starts charging towards you guys. Uraprax,
How far
what
away
do you
is
do?
it?
How far away is it? That is an excellent question. It's probably, as it's leaped and kind of leaped past you and then spun around, it's probably only about 10 foot away from you guys.
How long's the scarf? Can I see it? Am I sighted enough that I can see this thing well?
Oh yeah, you can totally see it.
Okay. In that case, I break free, run towards it, and spit acid at the boar's feet in an attempt to cripple it.
Excellent. Is this your acid breath?
My acid breath. My my cat verbal.
All right. So I believe I have to make a roll for that. I believe it might be dexterity based.
Okay. Am I doing that too?
No, that'll be something I do. Bear with me 1 second. Let me double check. I do. I make a dexterity saving throw. And you're aiming this at the feet of the boar, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Oh, great. I rolled a 5, so that's definitely going to hit. And it's 2d6, I believe, damage.
I got a 2 and a 4. Do I need to do anything to those?
No, just 6 in total, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent. So this jet of like green ichor comes spewing out of Uraprax's mouth at the feet of the boar, and the boar kind of rears back and squeals as it kind of connects with his little trotters. Bless it.
Woohoo!
It's at that point that another little baby Groot riding on a boar comes bursting out of the shrubberies as well. This one is going to leap from the bushes and come round, and it begins to charge at Scamos, being closest. Alright, Scamos, what is your armor class?
My armor class is 13.
13, okay. Unfortunately, this boar tries to gouge you with its tusks, but you are too quick and you dodge out of the way.
You say unfortunately. It's perspective.
Alright. As the boar tries to gouge at you with its tusks, the little baby Groot, the little twig blight on top of it, will huck his spear at you. Let's see. And what was your AC again? Sorry, one more time.
13.
13. Ah, no, I'm not rolling very well. You guys have got all the good rolls. This little kind of tiny toothpick comes flying towards you, but just kind of shush past your shoulder. Alrighty, Scamus, it is your go.
Right. Again, I'm concerned. I don't want to. I'm going to try and play this light side, guys. Here, so I'm going to, despite the fact I look like a demon, like I'm going to, with the chance I have a couple of seconds to speak. I know we can't understand them. I'm going to hazard a hope that maybe they can understand me, and just quickly shout like, "We are not your enemies, but we must get to the center of this blight and try and save this forest. I will defend myself if I must."
All right, okay. What do you think that was? Do you think that was persuasion-y, or do you think that was intimidate-y?
I'm gonna try and persuade them first. Don't want to look scare. I don't want to look scarier and try and frighten them off, because I'm trying to convince them that we're friends, not to run off and get bigger boars.
yeah. Please don't go get bigger boars. Okay, you are currently. Although you have not attacked, he is physically trying to attack you, so I'm going to make you do that persuasion roll with a disadvantage. So roll the d20 twice, and you've got to take the lower outcome.
Okay, so rolling d20. Do you want it with my modifier, right?
Yeah, with your persuasion modifier. However, roll twice and take the lower outcome.
My first roll is 12 plus. It's rolling with charisma modifier, right?
Or persuasion if you're proficient in persuasion.
Yes, I get a +2, so 12. So I get 14, and my second roll is 15, so 14.
Oh, excellent. 14 is very good. He kind of looks at you slightly confused. Seems like he's understood what you said, but he's still kind of eyeing you guys up a little bit. Let me see here. 1 second. Yeah, he's kind of eyeballing you. He's not really 100% sure, but I don't know. It looks like maybe it didn't stick.
Well, I'm gonna try once more. I'm not going to attack him. Sorry, arm, if you get bitten. I'm going to again try and sell this a little bit by I'm going to keep my sword in hand, but I'm going to keep it low and in a defensive stance rather than lunging at him.
All right. Anything else
And I'm gonna just raise an eyebrow at the guy's like, come on. Maybe I can if there's anywhere that I might be in better cover, just but I think we're quite open on the path, right? So
yeah, this is like a just a naturally occurring path line in the forest, which is now you are being ambushed in.
Right, well, I will take my licks if they come, guys. I'm trying to do the right thing. My God, I'm trying.
All right. The first boar, which got a huge kind of acid attack, will try and embed its tusks into you, Uraprax. Oh, rolls a 21. That's definitely going to hit, right?
Did you say Uraprax?
Yeah, Uraprax. Yeah, you are getting attacked by the boar.
Oh, dude.
Enraged from being covered in acid, this boar lunges at you, and its tusks scrape up against your shins and pierce the armor shin guards that you currently have. You need to take 4 points of damage from me, buddy.
You need to change your attitude. Done.
The second boar will go for Scamos. Has its little twig blight rider upon it. Kind of pulls the reins and the boar goes for another tusk attack. But misses.
Whew, are you kidding me?
My rolls aren't that good today, I'm not going to lie.
It's because I've got a good heart.
Okay, Finn, you're kind of stuck in the middle of this. You've got Oran in front of you, Scamus to the left, who's currently engaged with a little baby Groot riding a boar, and then you've got Uraprax on your other side, who's just spit a bunch of acid everywhere.
Yes, I'm just sort of having a look at the situation. So the two boars with the woodland critters are either side at the moment.
Yeah, you've got one to the left of you currently engaged with Scamos, and you've got one to the right of you currently engaged with Uraprax.
Okay, I've got something that I'd like to try, but I don't know if we'll be able to pull this off. It would involve all of us sort of jumping together, perhaps towards the front, so I can see both of these balls. Is that something we think we'd be able to pull off?
From the current positioning, you reckon if you were to run a little bit back down the path the way you came and then did like a 180, you would have good sight of everybody. You would be able to see Uraprax and the two boars currently engaged with Scamos, and yeah, you reckon so?
Okay, so I might try something like that. I'm gonna whip around 180 so I can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes meet the boars, but focused more on the woodland critters on top. My thumbs connect, my fingers spread out, because I'm about to do Burning Hands, which is
Blimey, you're going for the Burning Hands, alright.
In the forest!
More of a fire effect. And my thinking is I'm just going to burn these woodland critters alive. I know Scamos is trying to be nice here, but I think we've had enough of these, and we're just going to set them on fire and burn a lot of them.
Alrighty. It should somewhere near your spells give you a spell save DC.
13,
right, that's the number I gotta beat. I rolled a 1 minus 1, so that's 0. So yeah, I'm gonna take the whole brunt of that damage. What is it?
3d6. So is that three?
Yeah, roll
Three
that
rolls of
3
D6.
times.
So d6. That's just the regular dice. Okay, so 6,
Nice.
4. So 6, 4, and 4. So 14.
All right. Both of these little blights that are riding upon these boars get covered in cinder and ash, and they do let out a kind of high-pitched yelp of almost like a little scream, but they don't look good. They do look like they're made of charcoal now, but they're still there and they're still clutching onto their little reins on these boars.
Okay. I tried, guys.
Good effort.
Okay, we are back over now to Oran Hammerhand.
Okay, so Scamos, when you my connection dropped a little bit, so I didn't hear exactly what you said to them. But did you say the woodland spirit's name to these creatures?
I didn't. I just told them that we had to get to the center of the wood to try and save it. Of course, they weren't on fire at the time.
Yeah, I know. This is the only problem. I'm wondering if I say, what's her name? El Morris?
Yeah, that was their name.
Her name. Then that might be a sort of safety word for all this, but maybe we've gone slightly too far. I'm just gonna scream El Morris at them in my most I don't know, charismatic way, and see if I can convince them that we are friends. Because I feel like if I could get them, even cindered, even burnt.
Okay.
Sometimes
much like the other persuasion, this one will definitely be with disadvantage because they are currently ablaze. Yeah. So if you really want to, you shout out El Morris's name. Roll a persuasion with disadvantage, of course.
So is that's a 20, right?
Yep. So D20
D20.
plus your modifier. But you have to roll twice and take the lower outcome.
Yeah, okay. So that was a 13, and that was a 19. So 13 plus 1, 14.
Okay, hold on, let me roll.
You talk these guys down.
Yeah, no, they're not listening. They've got like cinder and ash in their little baby ears.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. All right.
Would you like to do anything else? Because, like we said, you've got your movement, you've got a major action, which would be attacking, and a minor action, which would be conversing and talking and stuff. So you could still attack if you wanted to.
Yeah. So, yeah, it sounds like there's no talking to these guys. So I'm gonna. I had my warhammer, but I've got 2 hand axes. Can I throw one at each of the 2? Boars?
Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Okay.
The second one will not do as much damage because it is in your less dominant hand, as it were.
Okay.
All right. So roll an attack. Which one are you going to go for first? You're going to go for the one that is currently engaged with Uraprax, or the one that is engaged with Scamos?
I'll go with Uraprax since we hit it first.
Alrighty. So you're going to roll the d20 and plus your attack for that hand axe.
Okay, so the d20 is 11. My hand axe is 1d6 plus 3, so I roll a d6 as well.
Hold on, so your first roll was 11, yeah?
Yeah.
Next to your little hand axe, it should say if there's a plus to it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, there's a plus 5, so 16.
16, yes, that definitely hits. So roll a d6 and then plus whatever it is that you have to plus.
Oh dear, it's a 1.
There's always pluses, don't worry.
You've used your good rolls.
So your hand axe should be a 1d6 plus something, right?
Yeah, it was plus 3, so I rolled a 1, so 4.
4. It definitely connects and hits this ball, and this ball lets out a mighty yelp, but it is still hanging on. It's still there.
Okay.
All right, and you're going for the other ball now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for that second attack.
And then another. Yeah.
You kind of blinked out a little bit there. Have you rolled?
Oh yeah. So I rolled a d20. I just got a 5. With a +5 is 10.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. That hand axe just goes off into the distance.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Note to self: pick that up later, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uraprax, you're up.
Okay, so we've got a half-singed Groot, a boar with rotting, acid-burning stumps that has slashed my shin.
Yes, it has.
I am going to jab it in the eye with my rapier.
Oh, go for it.
Wait. I want to
Wait?
jab the stick Groot thing in the eye with my rapier.
So you go for the little blight on top, yeah?
I feel like he's the problem.
All right, go for it.
Okay. D20.
That'll be the one.
17 plus 4, 21.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. Roll some damage.
And then 1d8 plus 2, 6 in total.
6 in total. Nice. This little baby Groot on top of this board takes it like a champ, but he's not looking too good either.
He's not looking at all anymore.
Alrighty. The one you just stabbed, Uraprax, will pull out another little twig from behind himself. He seems to have a little bundle of them on his saddle, and he'll huck it at you. What is your AC?
13.
13. Oh, I got an unnatural 20. This
Okay.
little toothpick gets you right on the tip of the nose.
Oh,
Take 3 points of damage for me, buddy.
that's going to trigger my gag reflex.
Yeah. It's going to be dry though, because you can only do your acid breath once per day.
Mm.
To eat some more citrus fruit when we're done.
The second little blight on the boar that is currently engaged in Scamos, he too will pull out another little spear, and he'll huck that at you. Scamos, you have an AC of 13.
13, correct.
Alrighty. Ah man, I only rolled an 8. That little toothpick goes shoom, straight past you again. Almost gets you in the ear, but just
Come
misses.
on! Why do the diplomats get breaks?
Alright, with that, Scamos, it is your turn.
Right, for my minor action to begin with, I'm still going to see if I can get this guy to break from combat, but I'm going to take the other approach this time. Bearing in mind he has now been on fire, and things are no one's walking away from this peacefully, so I'm going to try and intimidate this guy into taking his boar and breaking combat with us. So I'm also going to play on the fact that I can do my thaumaturgy here, so I'm going to make myself as intimidating as possible, have my eyes glow, and then
Your thaumaturgy, yeah?
yep, and then I'm going to say to this guy, like, we are your best chance for survival. I'm giving you one last warning. Run now. And obviously my voice will be deeper than that.
Yeah. So you activate
Maybe
your
the-
thaumaturgy, and
Maybe the leaves can rustle, some birds can take flight and caw as they go.
All right. Yeah. Roll intimidation. I'll let you take advantage on that one with the current situation.
Okay. We are using up all I could. Look, I just rolled 20, and my modifier is intimidation. It's on my list of skills, right?
Yes, it is.
Intimidation. I have a +5. So
Wait, you rolled a natural 20?
yes.
Jesus! Where are these natural 20s going from? It's going to be downhill from here, guys, I swear.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like rolling a 1 for like going to bed later, and like just choke in my sleep.
Yeah. All right. With that, the little baby Groot puts his hand in his mouth and makes a very small, high-pitched, short, like whistly burst. Almost just like a single, really high-pitched note. Probably could even be mistaken for just a random squawk of a bird. And with that, it kind of pulls the reins, and this boar just kind of leaps and starts to bound away into the underbrush. As does the second boar. As these two boars kind of gallop off, you could slightly notice these little baby Groots on top of them. They kind of turn back to you as they're kind of riding off into the distance, and although you don't know what it is, they do some kind of weird hand gesture. And
Can I make a dive and grab my boar?
you wanna take a dive and grab the boar, yeah?
I want to grab the boar. Like, I've put in the effort. I feel like I need that kill.
Are you going to wear it as a scarf?
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty, yeah, they are currently trying to disengage and leave the combat. So yeah, I'll let you take a dive and grab the boar. That's gonna just probably be a straight dexterity
This seems
roll.
wrong, guys. This seems wrong. They're
No,
trying to
I mean,
run away.
if Uraprax wants to do it.
16 total.
Oh yeah, you grab this greasy pig.
So I grab it by the ankle and I pull it back and I slam them both to the floor.
This boar squeals and makes horrible guttural noises and oinks and squeals. But you manage to grab it, hang on to it for dear life. And what, you're just kind of just slamming it against the side of the
I'd
rock?
like to jab my rapier into its heart.
You know what? It only had 1 point of health left, so yeah.
Cool. And then
I
that
only had
means
one
we've got
hit
somebody
point,
that we can interrogate as well, because what the fuck just happened? And we've
Okay,
got food!
So
You're
Uraprax
welcome.
killed one of the boars that was fleeing.
Although don't touch those trotters because it's just acid down there now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is a gross image.
You're eating it like the fly.
All right, yes, the little baby Groot, the little blight on top, will attempt to flee as well, though. Now that its mighty steed has been destroyed.
Do you want to capture it, guys, or do you want to let it run away?
Yeah, I'll capture it. I'll try and capture
I'm standing
it
with
while
my
I
arms folded.
This is not a time for diplomacy. I chase the tiny group stumbling through the forest because I can't see shit.
Might I remind you, you were the one that wanted to pussy out in case we died.
In for a penny, in for a pound. You started this.
Fair enough.
All right, so Uraprax, you are currently stabbing this boar to death. So I think if anyone's going to grab it, it might be Oran because you're currently engaged, and this little thing is making a scarper for it.
Go, friend! Get him!
Going, yeah. I'm going to, because I imagine he's quite small and quite slight, I'm actually going to take off my scarf and like try and catch him in the scarf so that I can hold him in that and diving to grab him.
Okay, just a straight up dexterity for me, unless you can persuade me for a different skill.
Can I persuade you for a different skill? Our
What's your
very
modifier on scarf wrangling?
Our very survival depends on it. I could roll survival instead. No, I'm just joking.
No, I don't think that's going to fly. No.
What about religion?
Religion.
What did I say? Dexterity.
Yes, dexterity for me.
And that is a D20, yeah, just to check.
Uh-huh.
17 minus 1, 16.
Oh, you know what? I might have to roll a competing roll against this to see if this little blight can wriggle free of this scarf.
Come on.
You rolled a 16, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 16 as well. He gets away.
Oh, come on.
Oh no! Come back! Wait!
Yeah. And just like the Smurfs and Gargamel, this little blight scarpers under the bushes, and he's gone out of sight.
Damn it.
What a waste.
That's okay.
What do you mean it's okay? He was our only source of information.
That's all right.
Where
that's
the
all
hell's
right.
Alana Morissette?
We literally have a line of flowers to the thing we need to kill.
That's what I was thinking.
Are they still there? Are we still on the flower trail?
Oh, that is an excellent point. Roll a perception for me.
Sorry,
Everybody.
No, just a Uraprax, because he mentioned where the flowers had gone.
You're testing me, Satan. Okay, that was a natural 20. Give me the juice.
Are you kidding me? What is up with these dice?
You said the loaded dice, right?
Yes, I did tell you to buy loads of dice. For a split second, you think like, oh crap, where's it gone? But no, it's there, clear as day. It's a little bit further ahead than it was before. It's like she wasn't aware that there was some kind of ruckus going on.
Why didn't she heed your call, Lauren? You shouted loud enough.
Yeah, I think it's just as well she hasn't witnessed any of this because she,
Yeah, she
Her,
probably has something to say.
I guess her minions. So
You're
we
a
got
practice
lucky.
with a map full of pork.
To
Hopefully
be honest, he did
not her
mispronounce her
children.
name as Alanis Morissette earlier on. Whoever that mystical maiden may be in this realm, but
She's
you
one
know,
of the
maybe,
9.
Maybe he screamed it incorrectly and she thought someone else.
But yeah, you guys, clear as day.
Can I
You can
pick
see
up my
your-
hand? Can I pick up my hand axes? Sorry.
Absolutely, you can. Yes, there is one currently embedded in the side of a boar, and there is one just on the pathway a little bit further up.
Can I reabsorb my acid?
No, you could just lick the acid that's still on the ground, but you could not reabsorb it into your system.
Okay.
That unfortunately does not work like that.
Worth a shot.
It is. It's always worth a try. Alrighty, and with that, guys, that little encounter is over, and you are free to continue on.
Do we want to continue on? Just putting it out
Guess
there.
I'm still in front, so I'll make for the flower and start following them again.
Get back in formation, I guess as well.
Yeah.
Fine.
We've got the same pecking order of Oran in the front, and then Finn and Scamos, followed by Uraprax.
Yes.
Sure.
Alrighty. The rest of the journey seems to be quite uneventful for a good hour, maybe. Not hour, sorry. A good half an hour. Everyone, apart from Oran, starts to notice there's a bit of a weird kind of eerily coldness about the air. Everything seems to begin a little bit chillier.
So
though
glad
that's-
I've got a scarf.
But yeah, Oran, everything's nice and warm and cozy for you. But everybody else in the party is starting to get a bit of goosebumps, and the wind itself, even though it's quite peaceful and just a gentle breeze that's just breaking through the tree line, it is quite a chill to it. Almost to the point where any colder you might notice that your breath would catch and you'd be able to see your breath in the air. But you bravely carry on and follow the little blooming flowers, your little waypoints. All right, we've got Oran in the front. Oran, would you like to do a little perception or survival roll for me as you kind of progress in this unknown forest?
Sure. Oh, I've rolled a 1.
Hey, I knew the luck would run out.
About time.
Hold on. I rolled a 1, but my survival is +3, so it's 4.
A one's a one in this, I'm afraid.
Oh dear.
You don't seem to notice anything with that one.
It's that thick
You just,
scarf.
Yeah, too busy thinking about how nice and cozy you are at the moment.
Damn you, Oak. It's Gary all over again.
Gary.
Yeah,
This
Gary
is my
Oak,
grandson.
my
What's his
nemesis.
name?
Okay. You guys continue on, and it becomes very apparent, even now to Oran, that the air is getting stagnant and almost foul. It's getting colder and colder with every step you take, and your breath starts to catch, and you can see your breath on the air. And although quite a quiet and peaceful forest, apart from the boars and the little blights. It's become eerily quiet. No rustling, no just kind of natural birds chirping in the trees above you. Everything has become almost still and dead quiet.
Something bad's coming.
As you kind of continue, quite hesitantly now, you all of a sudden takes you a bit by surprise. You do hear a rustling after what seems like a good 15 minutes of pure silence. There's a bit of a rustle, and emerging from one of the trees nearby is Elmoris. She still looks very weak and still very not all there, but she does appear from out of one of these trees. The bark itself seems to ripple and kind of sway as she just kind of emerges from it. Her arms and almost up to now her neck is starting to go this weird kind of rotting white-ish colour. And she kind of very feebly lifts her hand and kind of points into where it seems like a little bit further beyond, everything starts to get darker, almost the point where the woodland itself is so thick you can't see through the trees. It's just trees, and it gets so thick and dense that it almost becomes pitch black beyond them. She just kind of feebly lifts her hand and just points in that general direction.
So we have a fairly solid indication, guys. So can we see anything in the direction she's pointing?
It's too dense with forest to make out what it is, but it seems to just be a very thick, almost like epicenter of this forest. Very dense with trees and woodland area.
Is it worth us? Has Elmoris got the energy that she can speak to us? We can ask her if there's anything else she can tell us about what awaits us ahead.
She herself seems to be affected by this cold as well. She's got a shortness of breath, and even her breath seems to catch on the air, and she just almost shivering at this point and just points and it's just whatever it is, it's there.
Is the forest passable? Can we actually, or does it look like an impassable sort of barrier of trees?
No, it's just very thick, so almost like, for lack of a better word, the trees are alternating, so you'd have to literally weave through these trees to see what's beyond.
Okay. In that case, if there's nothing else Elmoris can tell us, maybe we should look at her reassuringly, tell her to stay safe, as is the new farewell of our generation in real life. It's replaced kind regards.
That's too soon. It's too soon.
We can look at her, and I can just say to her reassuringly, as my Elmoris, stay safe. As my grandmother used to tell me as a babe, shit is about to get real. And then we move.
Jeez. Is she alone? Is she the only one of her kind?
She's the only one you've met. As far as you can tell, yeah. She is.
I mean, I think we have to just go in. It's either a trap or it is the evil presence that's making her sick. But we've come this far. I guess we have to.
Neither of those sound like good options.
I put it to you that if there's a cold and desiccated forest, if it turns out to be a trap, we have a man whose hands can become fire.
That is true.
Let's do it. Let's go in.
Okay.
Finn first.
Finn first. How are you guys approaching this epicenter?
Unless anyone feels differently, I think we a cappella, not a cappella style. I propose, guys, that we know that we're walking into something. If this is truly another entity that we haven't encountered yet, it might not yet know. I don't know if it's connected to the forest, so it might not know we're coming. So if we try and approach as quietly and carefully as we can, sticking between, obviously if there's a barrier because the trees are alternating, we can't see in, we can hope that they can't see out. We stick close to the trees, use them like cover. We jump from, we move from one to the next and approach closely and see if we can get the drop on whatever this is.
Okay,
Just
my
note
stealth
that
is not good.
Yeah. And just note as well that I'm under half health, so I'll stick to the back, I think.
So who is the stealthiest out of Finn and Scamos?
I am not stealthy at all.
I get a +6 on stealth, and what is my main skill that I roll for on stealth? Sorry.
That'd be, if you were going to sneak into it, it would be a stealth check, which would just be the D20 +6.
Yeah, I'm on a +6. I'm happy to get things in, guys. Just if I give you the signal, which will be the sound of me being injured in some way, you'll know if you hear it. Then please do come to my aid. I did make all those things run away earlier.
After a great deal of effort, you charismatic.
Okay. Scamos, roll a stealth check for me.
It's the 20, right? As always, yeah. So
Yep.
I rolled an 11 plus the 6, so 17.
17. That is very good. Almost like you know exactly where all those classic twigs that snap are on the ground. You gingerly and gracefully just step over every single one, and you kind of push your way through between this very dense part of trees, and you see that it kind of opens up almost into a clearing. Seems to be quite, from what you could imagine, it would be quite a beautiful and serene area. Seems to open up quite wide into almost like a perfect circle, and at the epicenter is this giant oak tree that it's surprising that you didn't notice it before, because it just absolutely towers over everything else. And like I said, it would probably be quite a beautiful and serene area if it wasn't for the absolute thousands upon thousands of cobwebs that currently envelop this area. Thick, almost like gooey strands of web just absolutely all over this tree, all over the rocks and the kind of just general tree line that is surrounding this area. And it almost looks like they're all connected, and it's just like a huge network of webs that have just absolutely enveloped this area. At the very base of the tree, where the trunk hits and meets the earth, almost looks like there's been a gash in this the bark itself, where, for lack of a better word, it looks like someone's almost kind of ripped and peeled away at the bark, revealing like fresh inner layers of the tree and the trunk itself, and it's jet black and almost secreting this kind of dark ichor. And standing before this tree, at this kind of invasion of its bark, there is a creature you've never seen before. It's bipedal, but its long, gangly legs and arms seems to have a kind of sheen-like, slimy skin to it, almost like a little potbelly. And it seems to be, with its long arms, just kind of almost trying to grab and pull and wrench itself inside this tree.
Well. Ice to see you, motherfucker, is what I think to myself. I am fairly certain I have uncovered the source of our problems. I can imagine from what we've heard, our tree-dwelling dryad friend, this must be her tree, and this must be the cause of what's sending it all manky. This big, tall, slimy, Slendermanish spider-type creature. So, my assessment, assuming that I'm out of earshot of these guys, so I can't discuss it with them.
Yes, you have technically broke free of the group, so you would have to sneak back.
Right. Yeah, I am now.
I think us three standing by need to ignore Scamos's previous advice and just go through the tree line, trying to be following his footsteps, following the path that he took stealthily, putting our feet where his feet rested to try and not alert any potential monsters. And we just say, "Fuck it, guys, let's just go in."
Okay.
Do you agree? Do you agree?
Huzzah!
Into the fray?
Yeah, I'm in.
Question mark?
I mean, I tell you what, I want to do a bardic inspirational song. No, that will draw attention. Now's a bad time to do
Now
that.
is not the time for
Could be
songs.
whisper poetry.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'll do a note of bardic inspiration, and I'll give it to Finn.
All right. How do you inspire Finn?
I lean in close, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, yo, if you don't fucking set them hands ablaze, go in there and mess shit up, then we are absolutely screwed. This whole thing rests on you. Remember that time you burned down a freaking tavern? This is your redemption. This is how you get it back. Make it happen. Make it clappen. Other words that rhyme with happen. Let's go!" Let's do it.
All right, cool. Yeah. Finn, you feel
I feel
kind
inspired.
of you feel inspired. You feel like a little motor blight in your chest from these inspiring with a question mark words from Uraprax. Okay, so for the next 10 minutes, Finn, you have a D6 dice which you can add to your attack rolls, your ability checks, and your saving throws. So it's just like a little 1d6 that you can add to one of your rolls as a little boost if you see fit. Doesn't have to be used. It could be used for any one of those things. If you're attacking, if you're having to do something called a dexterity save, or just like a normal skill like Arcana or History or something like that. You have a D6 which you can add.
Can I add that on after I've rolled, or do I have to choose to use that ability before I roll?
I believe off the top of my head the basic rules are you would have to notify me of doing it before I give you the outcome. So roll and add all your modifiers, but if you still don't think it's enough, then add the boost. Don't wait for me to say that you fail and then go, "Oh no, wait, I want to add that."
Yep, okay. That's cool.
Okay. So you guys are going to try and sneak in following the same footsteps that Scamos made? Alright.
Yes.
It's almost like he's left a little kind of trail of footprints, because as you look down at the floor, there is almost a thin layer of like morning frosty dew on the ground, and it's kind of almost like he has left you little footprints of exactly where to step. Everybody, apart from Oran, because I believe he has a disadvantage, so it would cancel it out, would have an advantage on this stealth roll. So Finn and Uraprax have an advantage on this stealth roll. Oran, because you would have a disadvantage because your armor, that gets cancelled out, so it's just a normal roll for you. Okay, Finn, what did you roll?
So on a D20, yeah?
Yep, D20 with advantage for you, buddy.
18.
Excellent.
And is it
Uraprax?
Unnatural 20.
Oh,
oh my god.
Jesus. And Oran, what did you roll?
18.
Oh, Jesus, you guys are on fire today.
That's the hope.
Following those footsteps, you eventually catch up and very quietly catch up and behind Scamos. And you two see before you a giant, glorious oak tree currently being desecrated by spider webs and this strange, long-legged, pot-bellied creature which seems to be trying to wrench and rip the bark and try and get inside the trunk itself.
Right, guys, whisper huddle. Huddle in. Right, we don't want to as they say in the old country, absolutely fuck this. So before we set anything on fire, let's take an advantage to surprise this guy while we can, draw him out of the tree, and then finish him off. So I have a bow. I am quite happy to aim something at the back of this guy's head right now before he even knows we're here. And then as soon as he turns his face around, let him get a few steps closer to us, and then unleash hell.
Can any of us get behind the tree somewhat so that as you shoot him and draw him out, we're behind him? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it would take maybe a good couple of minutes, and it would take a very good stealth roll to kind of sneak around this tree line, this kind of epicenter in this circle, to get around the back of the tree. There are a lot of cobwebs as well, but no, it could be done if you wanted to.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it, so it's whether you guys want to, or whether we want to just go for it.
I think the only person would be Scamos who could do it, and we kind of need his bow to clock this guy in the back of the head.
I kind of don't want to risk our advantage now. Like, if I shoot this arrow, I'm not sure. Do you guys want to hunker down as best you can? So the fact that if I shoot him with an arrow, he may only see me and dive at me in the first instance. You guys may get a chance to surprise him as he pulls forward, or just throw him off guard if he begins to charge us. Obviously, we don't know what this guy's like. He might throw something from us at range as well. So just get ready. I don't want to risk us getting tangled in these webs by moving or losing our surprise while we've got it.
I'll hide behind a tree then.
I'll hide behind a different tree.
Okay, you guys are kind of slightly spreading out and getting behind trees, ready to pounce at any moment.
Should I hide behind a tree also, or should I? Do we want?
Where would you be best?
Got some hand axes that I could throw at his face when he turns round, potentially, if he's not too far away.
Yeah.
Right.
Your call.
Is he close enough that I can throw my hand axes and realistically land them?
Let me have a quick look-see. I believe hand axes can be thrown 20 feet. Let's have a little look-see at that. Thrown. Yeah, you could throw it a good 20 feet before it connects, so you reckon you could huck it over there and hit him. It's hard to gauge because it's quite dark and almost foggy with all this cold air that's knocking about.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna be out here with you, Scamos, and you get his attention with a arrow in the back of the head, and I'll go for the face.
Wonderful. In that case, we have a plan. Nod, and then let's do this.
Right then.
Alrighty.
So, are we ready? Anything else we need to pick up, Lewis? Will we do it, or do we get the show on the road?
No, it sounds good to me. I would let you roll a attack, and if it connects, you would get sneak attack damage on that as an additional bonus, because you guys are doing like a preemptive strike. And then once that happens, Oran would get a quick throw of his axe, and then after that we would roll initiative and actually begin the combat.
Great then. In that case, let us begin. So, rolling a 20. Remind me which modifier I put on this. Is this my weapon attack bonus, or do I do one of my stats?
Yeah, so you've got the little weapon attack next to where it says your bow.
Right. So the 20 comes out at the D20 comes out at 15 plus 4. My short bow is a plus 4.
19 then.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. So I believe your bow will do 1d8 damage, or 1d6, sorry.
I've got 1d6 plus 2 on my sheet here.
Uh-huh. And then your sneak attack, I believe, is an additional 2 six-sided dice as well.
Just 1d6 I've got written down here. If you tell me it's 2, I'll take it, but it's
no,
later level that I get to.
Yeah, later level.
Right, so...
Okay, so 2 six-sided dice plus your 2 for that initial damage.
So my first roll is a 6 plus 2.
Excellent.
So 8 plus my sneak attack is a 2 on that one.
Nice. 10 points of damage straight out the gate as this arrow flies and connects in the back of the shoulder, right where the old where the old shoulder blade is. And this creature kind of hunkers forward and kind of lets out this horrible screal. Almost like a screeching
spider
noise.
sense is tingling about now, guys.
Yeah. It whips around to see where this arrow came from. And I actually have drawn a little picture of this, and I'll send it over to the Slack if you want to have a little look-see.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? No, it can't do that. I'll pop it on here, I believe. So this creature whips round, and you see its almost taut-like purplish skin. And where it would have a mouth, it has just like 2 quite chunky pincers. This weird little kind of bulbous belly sticking out as it swings around and hisses at you guys. At that point, Oran, you can throw a hand axe at him if you wish.
I do wish. So D20 roll is not good. It's a 7. Plus 5, so 12.
Unfortunately, that's not going to hit, man. That axe goes wide.
Ah.
That's okay. Do we have to roll for initiative now, or is anything else happening?
Yes. With that, the creature lets out a horrible kind of high-pitched squeal as its pincers kind of clack together where it would have a mouth, where it has these just 2 big chunky fangs. And it is time for everybody to roll initiative.
That's a really cool drawing.
Oh, cheers, man.
I rolled an 11, so plus 2, so 13.
18 for me.
13 for Scamos. 18 for Uraprax. Nice. Oran?
1.
Just 1.
Did you turn your back?
You just fall to the floor and just throw your axes away.
I told you those good rolls would run out eventually, I did tell you. Finn, what did you get?
Yeah, so not much better. I got a 2.
Jesus.
Not good.
Not good. Okay, you guys are currently on the edge of this kind of epicenter, this open circle with this giant tree in the middle. You currently have this weird half human, half spider-like creature trying to wrench its way and climb inside the tree itself. To the left of you, there is like a large kind of rock, which just like a large boulder, which just seems to be here naturally. There's a bit of stagnant water to the left of you guys between this and the tree, but there is just a clear open area apart from that with a tree and the strange spider-like creature in front of it. Starting off, we have got Uraprax. What do you do?
I'm going to go unconventional. I am going to use my cantrip of Unseen Servant. No, that's not going to work. Shit. Because it's unseen. Balls.
It's right there in the name.
It is. It's so annoying. Okay. I don't have anything long range that could be useful. I move further away around the edge of the perimeter in the trees,
Okay,
and I shout to draw the creature's attention.
Excellent, okay. You do have your Vicious Mockery cantrip, if you'd like to use that.
I do. Remind me what that does again?
You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see. If the target can hear you, even though it technically doesn't have to understand you, as long as it hears you, it will take 1d4 psychic damage and will have disadvantage on its next roll.
I will do that.
All right. Are you flanking to the left or are you flanking to the right?
I'm going to flank to the right.
Towards like the large rock, the large boulder?
Yes.
Alright. What do you shout at this creature with this vicious mockery?
That its cobwebs are crap and it calls itself thread, but have you seen the thread count on this dazzling scarf? It's nothing. If it ever hopes to be anything like the Oak's scarf store, then it better get its acting gear and sort out its freaking webs because they're shit.
Excellent.
Oh. You don't even know how to make a proper thread?
Europrax, that's way too harsh. That's too harsh.
Shut up, you're in hiding.
The kind of almost like 6 eyes that this thing has all kind of spin and dart and look at you. And...
Don't. Whatever you're going to do, don't.
Well, actually, your string of insults hits a nerve with it, and you can see it kind of almost cringe a little bit and kind of tense its shoulders as this magical insult just slams into it. Roll me 1d4 for that damage. And that's it, the little diamond.
A 1.
A 1, an extra point of damage.
You're welcome.
Can you imagine if he died of those hurt feelings after an hour?
You know, you say that, but it can be done. You can kill someone by mocking them in this game.
If just one more thing happens to me today.
Just tops itself.
All right, Scamos, you're up.
Right. Why change tactics right now? I still want to try and draw him away, but now his attention is on Uraprax. I'm going to try and put another arrow in this guy.
Go for it.
In the front this time.
Yeah. It currently does have one sticking out one of its shoulder blades. So yeah, let's kebab it.
Right. I rolled an 8. Then I have +4, so 12.
It's just not enough, I'm afraid.
Oh,
it
too
kind
bad.
of hits its little kind of pot belly and it almost bounces off. It just skims him. It doesn't have enough force to pierce the flesh.
Right, in that case, while just before I've done my major action, because I have a my cunning action as well, see if I can dash to get a better position. And again, just try and scatter our group up a bit now as well. So if Uraprax has gone towards the boulder, remind me what's to the other side here?
Seems to be a puddle of stagnant water.
Yeah, I will move towards the area with the water again, just to get some space. So he's going to have to decide which way he's going to go.
Okay, yeah.
And then
so you're almost kind of like triangulating with Uraprax.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. Yeah, you rush forward into this webbed area, and yeah, you are currently adjacent Uraprax. You're kind of side by side with a big gap between you, bearing down on this Ettercap, this horrible spider-like creature. The Ettercap, the weird creature, makes a horrible kind of clicking noise with its little fangs, and at that point 2 gigantic spiders, almost the same size as you guys, slowly start to descend from the trees and the branches above you guys. One of them will go for Uraprax, of course. And the other one will go down and start to scuttle its way over to Scamos. Alright, the first one will try and bite you, Uraprax. And your AC is 13, is it?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to roll for this one. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? A 5? Alright. This giant wolf spider tries to bite down and trying to almost climb on top of you with its just flailing arms, its little mandible arm things. But you just bang this thing away with your rapier. You're just like, nope, nope.
Not
the
today.
second one will go for you, Scamos, and try and bite down on you. Oh, a fucking natural 1? What is going on here? This is ridiculous.
Well, he's not only shit at like webs, he's also absolutely bobbins at spiders, it appears.
This giant spider goes for you, but just connects with your bow, and you just kind of wrench your bow away, and it almost just whiplashes this giant spider. Alrighty. The Ettercap, the creature by the tree, will... Ooh, what will he do? Oh, I know what he's going to do. He's going to spin around almost like he's trying to tend back to whatever kind of strange work he's doing. He'll turn himself around, and from out of his back shoots web, and it goes flying towards Scamos. Let's see if I can hit you with webs. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that definitely hits with a natural 20.
Ah!
Thick, almost rope-like in size web just comes flying out at you, Scamos, and you get absolutely covered in this stuff. And as strange as it is, and because it's web, the sheer size of it, or the sheer power of this Ettercap, you are finding it very hard to move. You are currently restrained. So, being restrained, I can tell you. Give me 1 second. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
So that serves me right for taking the piss out of his webs.
Being restrained by these webs, your speed is now 0. You cannot move, and you have no benefits of bonus speed. Any attack rolls against you have advantage, and any rolls you do have disadvantage. And you also have a disadvantage on a dexterity saving throw. As these webs kind of almost a mind of their own begin to bind and wrap around you and connect with the floor and just almost anchor themselves down like a tent, you are unable to move, Scanos. Finn, it is your go. You are still hiding in the tree line. Okay. You currently have 2 spiders engaged with your buddies, and the strange creature causing all this grief, the Ettercap, is still next to this tree.
Okay, so I'm thinking to myself, I want to fire sort of dash from behind the tree, fire a firebolt at the main sort of creature, and then I was wondering, if possible, after I've fired it, would I be able to dash over to Uraprax and using my dagger try and attack some of this webbing?
That'll be... Is it Scamos?
That'd be me.
Scamos, sorry.
I'm webbed up.
Scamos, yes.
So unfortunately, I love that idea, but unfortunately it would either be one or the other. You would either attack this Ettercap, or you would use your action to try and help your buddy.
Scamos, how are you feeling with the web?
Well, I'm not sure I can do very... Or should I say... yeah, I'm okay right now. Obviously could do with getting out of here reasonably soon, but I agree. If you want to take a pot shot at the Big Daddy first, the sooner we can get him out the way, no one else is getting webbed. Once his ass has been burned off.
I'm thinking if we take the big guy out, maybe the other ones will scatter or something. Okay, I'll do the firebolt towards the main creature near the tree.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. 16.
Oh, are we plussing that, or is it just 16?
What am I plussing it with?
I should be able to tell. You should have a little spell plus knocking about.
Let's have a look.
Just above where your spells are. So you've got your firebolt and your mage hand and stuff, and then you've got a little attack bonus.
Yeah, attack bonus is 5, so 16, 5, 21.
21, that definitely hits, buddy. Roll that damage. A 10-sided dice. You got it, man?
Got it here.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a 7, but I think 0 counts as 1, does it?
No, 0 would be 10 on that dice, buddy. So it is 7 points of damage.
Yep.
Excellent. This Ettercap is engulfed in flame and lets out a very high-pitched shriek, but still stands strong. Anything else you'd like to
do? Maybe sort of move in Scamos's direction to sort of potentially help him out.
You kind of flanked quite wide and hid behind a second tree before we engaged in battle, so I think you'd be able to get over to Scamos. Let me have a little look, see. Yeah, you can close the distance and you can be with Scamos.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alrighty. Oran Hammerhand, you are up.
Okay. I only have a Warhammer, so I don't think that's going to be useful in your web situation. I think that's going to cause more problems than it potentially solves. So can I cover the distance between myself and Ettercap and attack him? I think my best thing is to get up close, get in close quarters with him, and start laying into him.
Let's have a little look, see. Yeah, your speed is 25. I'll let you close the distance and run up to him.
Okay, I want to take, as fast as my dwarven legs can sprint, I want to race towards him with my Warhammer raised, and I want to bring it down right in that big maw of his with those mandibles straight in the face.
Excellent. Roll for that attack, buddy.
Oh, so that's a 10 plus 5, 15.
Oh yeah, that connects.
Nice. And a D8. 4 plus 3 is a 7.
Excellent. 7 points of damage as you connect with this Ettercap. One of those mandibles does seem to buckle and crunch a little bit as you connect. Oh. Alrighty. We're back up to the top of the round. Uraprax, you are up.
Can I cross over to Scamos? Can I cover that distance?
Yes, you could cover the distance. However, you currently have a wolf spider right in your grill, and it would try and take a little bite at you if you ran away from it.
Can I shove it away and run over and free him? Or is that too many actions?
Yeah, I consider that to be 2 actions.
How big is the wolf spider? The wolfhound spider?
It's big. It's almost, we're talking Chamber of Secrets here. These are big ass spiders.
Okay. If it's snapping its jaw at me, I want to take my rapier and shove it down its gullet.
Yes, go for it, buddy.
Unnatural 20.
Yes! You guys are on fire. Alright, roll that damage.
1d8, which is this one. 9.
9. This thing buckles. It almost goes down, but it's still there and it's still screeching and biting, and just these really long hairy legs are still trying to climb up on top of you. But it took that blow. Alright, Scamos, you are currently encased in webbing.
Yeah, so there's not much I can do. I guess I can, if I try to break myself out, which of my stats would I roll against?
If you try to break yourself out of the webbing?
Yeah, I mean, can I try? My rapier's probably, I guess, currently pressed against me, so I guess I can't really. I could try and get it out of its hilt to try and get some cutting action while I'm bundled up.
Yeah, you know what? It's up to you, buddy. You could just sheer force your way out of this with a strength check, or if you want to try, you can try and attack the webbing. You will have disadvantage, like I said, because you are restrained.
Yeah, my strength is nothing to write home to mother about, so I am going to do my best to attack the webbing and
The wedding, sorry.
and carve my way out. It's a busted song in this realm. So I'm going to try and slash my way out of this webbing here.
Alrighty. With all your strength you can muster, you just ever so slightly twist your wrist just to get a bit of cutting action on your rapier. Roll an attack with disadvantage for me, buddy.
Sure. So I roll 2 and then take the lowest, right?
Yeah, roll 2 and take the lower one.
Okay. So 17 plus 4, so 21, and then 14. That's with my advantage. So 10 plus 4, so 14 is my lowest.
That is enough to get a good contact with the web and try and cut it. Roll that damage for me, buddy.
D8 plus 2. Remember what the D8 looks like? Is that the sort of diamondy one?
Yeah, that's the one.
So 7 plus 2, 9.
Excellent. With that, you wrench your rapier and it just connects and just dig, 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 almost like strumming a guitar, and it just all the tendrils of web just seem to just slip and slide away.
Excellent. I guess I don't have any more actions I can take. I guess I can take a minor action. I can blow our spider friend a little kiss just to really piss him off.
Nice. Alrighty, you just give him a little cheeky wink and blow him a kiss.
Yeah.
You're not sure if an Eticat and a giant wolf spider can look angry, but they probably look quite angry right now.
I guess the Epicat can't look too angry, bearing in mind he's got a half-smashed face as well.
That is very true. He does currently have a dwarf on top of him, so that's fine. Alright, these giant wolf spiders, one of them will attack Uraprax again, because he's currently engaged. Oh, misses with a 9. He's on his last legs and he's just snapping wildly at you, just fight or flight. And he is not making any contact. However, the other one that's currently engaged with Scamoffs, he will take a bite at you, buddy. Oh, what is your AC?
13.
Oh, I just got you with a 14. Can you take 4 points of damage for me?
That I can.
And as this giant spider manages to sink its fangs into you, you feel this burning hot sensation shoot up your arm and up to your neck. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
I
So
can.
it's just tucked up the top by your armor and your health. There's a little box called saving throws. You need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yep. So I get +1 on Constitution. I'm rolling a 20, right?
That's the one.
So 14 plus 1, I roll a 15.
Excellent. You feel this kind of venom, this hot venom coursing up your arm where the spider connected with you, but you kind of almost just tense your neck and just grip through the pain. And although it does hurt and it does give you an additional 3 points of damage, you seem to have just sheer willpowered and fought away this poison that's coursing through your veins.
So another 3, was that right?
Yep, an additional 3 points.
Great, got it.
Very chirpy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
I'm doing maths. That's its own joy.
All right, this Eticat is not happy at all and is going to start lashing out and attacking the dwarf in front of it. He's going to attack first with a bite. And he misses. He absolutely misses. However, he's not done yet. He's going to swipe his long, lanky claws at you as well. Oran. Oh, and he definitely connects you with an 18. Does 18 beat you?
Oh,
Is there a...
Yeah, Axel is upstairs barking. He's probably been heard I've been poisoned.
Yeah. And the creatures of the forest come to your aid.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Brilliant.
Okay, Uran, I rolled an 18 against you. Does that hit your armor class?
Is 18.
Okay, so meets it beats. You take 7 points of slashing damage as this strange Ettercap creature is just lashing out at you. You managed to dodge the bite, but unfortunately, he got you with the claws. Finn, it is your go.
Okay, I'm gonna look straight at the big creature, and I'm gonna hurl a chromatic orb.
Nice. What type of damage are we doing for this chromatic orb?
I think I'm gonna go for fire.
Excellent. Okay, so
Burn it
this small ball of energy seems to just coalesce into Finn's hands, and it seems to be constantly fluctuating and changing kind of shape and status, and he manages to decides on fire and then just hucks this little ball of flame towards the Ettercap. Roll the attack for me, buddy.
Six plus 5, 11.
It doesn't hit, I'm afraid. It falls short, and the ground around the Ettercap bursts into flames, but unfortunately it doesn't come into contact.
No good.
No good, buddy. Anything else?
So I'm next to Scamos now. How's Scamos doing?
He's still covered in sticky goo. However, he does seem to be free.
He does seem to be free of the goo. Okay, that's good. So I can't do any more spells. Is that right?
Unfortunately, not. No.
No, I think that's it. I think that's it for me. My failed spell.
Unfortunately, it might have to be. Yeah. All right. Moving on, Oran Hammerhand. You are currently getting slashed by this Ettercap, but he's still holding ground.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to keep on. I don't really have too many options, so I'm just going to keep on pounding him with this. I do have in my traits or features, I do have an action surge. So does that mean I get to do 2 actions?
Absolutely, yes, you could if you wanted to attack twice in this go.
Yeah, I wanna do as much damage as possible, and I haven't been rolling great, so I wanna hit him twice with the war hammer.
Alrighty, action surging, excellent. Let's go for that first attack.
So, first attack is a 15 plus 5, so a 20.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Nice. So a 2 plus a 3, so that's 5 damage.
Excellent, 5 points of damage. This thing starts to buckle and falls onto one knee. Go for the second cap.
Yes, please. Same again. Right in the kisser. 5, so 14.
Yeah, that definitely hits. 14 just makes it.
Oh, and 8. 11 damage.
11. Jesus.
Yes.
Nice.
One of the mandibles that you managed to buckle just goes flying, and there's just a spray of just purplish dark blood just goes everywhere as you connect, and one of these mandibles on this Ettercap just goes absolutely soaring across the sky.
Beautiful.
Uraprax, you are up.
I guess I got to fight this spider, haven't I?
Yes, you currently still have a spider in your grill.
What I will do is quickly use. Can I do a cantrip and an attack?
If the cantrip is a bonus action, it should be stated. What one are you thinking about doing?
Message.
No, unfortunately, message would be your action.
Okay, then I will attack the irritating spider that won't let me help anyone.
All right, go for it, buddy.
Slash it with my rapier. Damn it. 4.
In total, or are we plussing?
Oh wait, 6 in total.
No, not enough, I'm afraid.
Damn it.
Anything else you'd like to do?
What else can I do, man? Like, I shake my fist to the sky and just kick at the ground because the spider's too quick and it's moved already.
Alrighty, excellent. Scamos, you are up.
Right, so I have a spider that's currently been trying to bite my arm, my long-suffering arm. So I might try and give it a good old-fashioned stabbing with the rapier.
Yeah, you on Team Rapier?
I am.
All right, go for it.
That's a 10, and then plus 4, so 14.
Yeah, that connects. That hits.
D8 plus 2. So 4 points of damage.
Excellent. With a nimble flourish, you just reach around and just absolutely start slashing up and stabbing this giant spider in front of you. However, it is now the spider's turn. The one currently engaged with Uraprax will go for another bite. Oh. Does 12 hit you, buddy?
No, 13.
Ah, damn it. Alright.
My spider's just irritating.
Yeah, I know. They're just annoying. They're not doing anything. They're just there. The second one going for Scamos. Even worse. Does an 8 hit you, Scamos?
No.
No.
It licks your wound.
Yeah. And I've
These
carved my
spiders-
initials into his chest now, so...
Alright. 2 spiders are both still lashing out at you, trying to embed their fangs and poison you guys, but you guys are too quick for them and too nimble. The Ettercap, struggling and on its last legs, will try and shoot web at you, Oran.
It could be so glorious if you defeat this single-handed.
Yeah.
Songs will be written.
Oh, that's better. I'm back in the game now. Does a 22 hit you, Oran?
Oh, yes, it does.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
18
does. Alrighty, you are now, just like Scamos was, you are restrained as web starts to envelop you and anchor itself into the ground.
Okay.
With just purple ichor just pouring down this creature's chest onto the floor, it kind of glares at you, slowly turns around, and again starts to just jam its hands into this crevice it's made into the tree. Alright, let me just roll for this. Alrighty. Good to know, good to know. I'll make a mark of that. Finn, you're up.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna try the fire bolt this time.
Alright, go for it.
The main creature. 12 plus 5, 17.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Excellent. Finally, yes.
Bringing it home.
Yeah, do that damage, buddy.
Okay, so it's a D20, yeah?
No, you have connected. You just need to roll the D10 for your damage.
Oh, D10 for damage. Is that the right one? No. Where is it?
All good?
I will be once I find the dice.
Just this one.
Oh,
this
here
one
it is.
buddy.
Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I got it.
Got it?
Got it.
All right, roll it for me.
I put it in a special place so I didn't lose it, and then I lost
And,
it.
and then you lost it.
Very safe.
So it's a 0, which is 10.
10 points of damage. Excellent. How do you want to do this, buddy? How does this end?
I don't know. I fire the firebolt directly towards the spider, trying not to set fire to the entire forest, and just hope for the best, really.
Yeah,
It
with
does
that,
have its butt facing towards you right now, so you could go straight for its arse. Because it was shot
Yeah.
west, right?
Yeah, man. A little bit
As long as it-
unorthodox, but yeah, you can go for it.
As long as it contacts, I'm not bothered.
All right. Summon this ball of energy, this ball of fire. Finn just hucks it high into the sky, and it just arcs and connects with the Ettercap, and it just almost completely just surrounds him in flame. It screeches a final screech, and it just collapses to the floor.
Nice.
Yes! I'm still with that fucking spider though.
Yeah, the big bad one has gone down, but there are 2 spiders still knocking about. Oran, it is your go.
Well, I am currently. I take it that the webs are still. They didn't magically drop away after the Ettercap died, right? They're
No,
still on me.
As nice as that sounds, unfortunately not. Though they're still there.
Okay, I'm just gonna struggle and use like a strength, maybe to get out.
Absolutely. So just roll up just a strength.
Do I
So
roll
you've got
for
a
that?
little-
Sorry.
Yep. So it's your D20, and then on the very side of your character sheet where it says all your stats, your strength and dexterity, it's just straight up strength.
Oh yeah. Okay. Straight up. Okay. So I rolled a 9, a +3, so 12.
Yeah, that does it. You just, with all your might, just burst forth, just wrenching these thick ichor-like webbings from you.
Nice.
We did note actually that he wasn't very good at making webs, and maybe they were not so much just hurtful things to say. That's the most hurtful insults, though, isn't it? The ones that have that little kernel of truth in there.
All right.
So with any like minor actions that I have left, I guess I'm gonna run to one of the wolf spiders, whichever's closest, if I can.
They are technically equal distance to you.
I guess
You have Finn and Scamos next to one, and then Uraprax on his own with the other.
Well, I'll come to your Uraprax.
All right. You gonna rush up behind and flank with Uraprax?
Yes.
Excellent. So you charge up, wrenching yourself free from the webbing, leaving the dead spider-like creature, the Ettercap, at your feet. You just charge over and start joining the fight with Uraprax, flanking behind the spider. And now, Uraprax, it is your go.
I attack spider.
Excellent. With Oran fighting alongside you, you have advantage on that roll because you're flanking.
Nice. Oh, okay, so I'll take that roll. 24.
20. Yeah. Oh, you connect.
Natural
Roll that
20.
damage for me.
Damage will be my D8. 6 total.
6 total. All right, buddy. You done it. How's it go down?
I drive my rapier. Well, it's already mouth deep, so I pull it back out. I stab it back in. I give it a bit of a twist, and then I punch up into the sky, so it's just hanging off my blade.
Nice. You probably take a big chunk of the head with you. It's quite a big.
Knowing me,
hefty
I'll
body,
try and do that, and just like most of the body will just fall flaccidly to the floor.
Yeah. But yeah, you have a bit of giant wolf spider head on the end of your rapier.
Boom. Happy
Excellent.
days.
There is one left, and now it
Thanks
is
for
Scamos'
thanks
turn.
for your help, Warren.
Nice. So, getting ready to go. Obviously, Finn is right beside me. I can give him a little knowing nod for his victory moments ago, and said, "Oh, next time, mate, you should have said you're fired." And then, I'm gonna see if I can carve some more out of this spider with my rapier that's attacking me.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Let's have a roll of that. Natural 20, baby.
You're kidding me.
No way.
And that's a +4, so 24.
Okay, natural 20. That is a critical hit.
And this is a these are digital dice I'm rolling, so I couldn't have even shaved these.
Yeah. Okay, so with the critical hit, you're going to roll your damage dice, and then you're going to add an additional damage dice. So it would be a D6 plus 2, I believe it is, for your rapier.
D8.
Oh yeah, a D8 plus something for your rapier.
Yeah, so I just rolled a 6 plus 2.
Excellent,
So
and then
that's
roll another
8.
D8 and add that.
And a 4 plus 2, so another 6.
Oh, how does it go down? Because you've killed this one as well. Describe this for me.
So having already carved my initials into the spider with the first one, I now carve large chunks out of him that actually carve out "You have been killed by," and then and then my initials that previously existed from the other attack. And then as I see its legs dropping and it falling away, the life draining from its spidery eyes, I kick it down the hill. So it can fall at its master's burned corpse.
Excellent. I mean, your cursive's not great because you're fighting a spider with a sword and it's kind of wrenching back, but it kind of says, "Kill B, fire B, Scamos."
Yeah. If you squint in this dim forest light, I reckon you could forgive that.
Excellent. And with that, the area is now clear.
Woohoo! Yay.
The Replex players' little victory fanfare. I know you're mostly a mouth musician, but
Da, 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 da.
There will be told, particularly you, Orin Hammerhand, and your major contribution to this battle. For, let's be honest, me and Scamos did pretty much fuck all.
All right, excellent job, guys. It seems almost instantaneous, the weird kind of cold air that's been filling this place seems to almost fade away instantly. Still quite cold, but it seems to be letting off almost instantaneously. You kind of hear a rustling behind you as the beautiful Dryad Elmoris kind of steps out, and already she's looking a lot better. The kind of almost rotting like wooden arms of her that seem to have been getting worse is almost starting to fade away instantly, and it's going back to its nice kind of beautiful dark brownish colour. She kind of steps up to all of you and just very gracefully just lets a bow, and she says, "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done."
I point over my shoulder, my thumb at the fallen creatures, and I said, "Look, science. You told me it bleeds. Killed it."
Yes, you did.
And more importantly, how are you?
I'm feeling a lot better, thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. I assume we're all glad to hear it, right? Yes.
I don't know what the hell's just happened. What was this? How was this attacking you? How have we freed you? I mean, it's fantastic.
I believe so. I believe whatever this creature is, it was unwelcome in this forest. A foreigner that seems to have attempted to make a nest here in my tree, which definitely disturbed the nature of things and definitely disturbed the nature of myself. However, you have cleansed the area, and for that I am eternally grateful.
You can thank Fire Hands and Hammer Boy.
Speaking of fire hands, we're hoping we didn't accidentally burn your children alive back there.
No, it's fine. And she raises her hand just very gently and gracefully, and almost like just a sweeping motion. And some of the scorch marks from your fireballs and your chromatic orbs, the grass instantly starts to repair itself and grow back fresh and new and a lush green.
Nice.
I don't have anything in terms of material possessions, but I do think a thanks and my gratitude is obviously in order. If you ever find yourself in these woods again, I can promise you as safe passage as I can provide. You are welcome in this forest, as I see, forever. As long as I'm here, this forest, you can call this forest a home, if you wish. She also then kind of kneels down and puts her single hand on the grass, and as she kind of stands back up again and kind of lifts her hand, vines start to erupt from the ground itself, curling up with her hand, almost like she's pulling them from out of the ground. They kind of curl and coalesce in her hands, and she almost kind of takes them and starts to weave them, almost circular.
Is it a
And
scarf?
after a couple of seconds, it's not a scarf. No, it seems to be. It also seems to be a crown made from vines, with little flowers and little leaves kind of blooming from it. Just a simple circle. And obviously, if she didn't have horns, she would have put it on her own head, but she kind of gestures to you guys and offers it to you.
Dibs. I snatch it and place it on my head.
All right.
Fair enough.
Make a note of that. You have a vine crown.
It's not as warm as a scarf.
Unfortunately, no, it is not as warm as the scarf. However, you do look and feel pretty cool.
Yeah, I do feel pretty cool right now.
It's not as cool as a scarf.
No, not as cool as the scarf.
Just wait till we've all got scarves.
With this kind of newfound energy and this kind of everything being put back the way it was, she just, almost like you're not even there anymore, she just kind of gracefully starts to walk towards this giant oak tree. Where the Eticat was trying to rip into it and get to the center of it, she now puts her hand and fades into the tree itself, which almost heals and closes itself around it.
And we're left. We're left behind in the forest. I have a crown. What do you guys have?
A sore arm.
Burnt hands.
Yeah, are you okay, dude?
Yeah.
You're poisoned right now, right?
No, I fought it off with sheer willpower, which is something you might want to include in that song of yours. I willed poison out of my body.
Willed poison.
I didn't even know I could do that.
I mean, I do have a few verses, but you know, we then got engaged in combat, so I'll have to work on that for the next campaign.
Oh, we've got a couple of miles to walk back to town.
All right. With a
Go ahead.
no, buddy, you can go first.
I was going to say, I think we're welcome here, and it's basically our home now, and we're all a bit injured. It's probably a good place to just rest up.
Let's go knock on the door of that big tree and see if she'll let us in. But yeah,
Alrighty.
agreed.
Let's take a little rest.
Okay. With a beautifully knit scarf, a crown of vines, some slightly scarred and burnt hands, and a slightly poisoned arm, you guys start to set up your camp once again to rough it out under the stars. And I think that's where we're going to leave our first adventure.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
Awesome.
That was epic.
What an excellent adventure, guys! And in many ways, a good deed is in many ways its own reward. But a crown and a scarf in the same day.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and it fits my head not perfectly.
Yeah, it is slightly like a jar. It is slightly like lopsided. Just you guys wait for the next episode when you get the magical socks.
Okay, guys, and with that, we come to the end of our very first episode. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this new podcast. We really hope you enjoyed it, and please come and join us again really, really soon. If you'd like to find out more about myself, you can find me on Instagram at Louis Hay. Make sure you check out all the latest artwork and silly little Dungeons & Dragons sketches I do. Oran Hammerhand was played by John Crinan. You can find out more about John on his Twitter, at John Crinan, or jump over to his website, johncrinan.com, where you'll find all the links to his stories and his other podcasts. Finn Ironleaf was played by Carl Hughes. You can find out more about Carl on his Twitter, at Carl Hughes, or visit hawkandcleaver.com to learn more about how they can help fresh and upcoming podcasters. Uraprax was played by Daniel Wilcox. You can find out more about Daniel on his Twitter, at WilcoxAuthor, or visit danielwilcox.com to learn all about his books that he's got and his special bootcamp for new authors. Scamos Nowhere was played by Andy CT. You can find out more about Andy on his Twitter, AndyCTWrites, or visit theotherstories.net to hear some more of his horrific and twisted creations that he's done. The Monsters and Madness theme tune was created by Timo Henderson. Check out his website, timohenderson.com, to see what kind of music he can create, especially for you and your next project. Very, very talented guy. Most of the background music was produced by Daniel Birch and can be downloaded from freemusicarchive.com, or you can visit his website, danielbirchmusic.com, to see what other music he has available. Alright, I think that's everything. So, by destroying the Ettercap, have they freed Elmorus and cleared out the evil inside this forest? What awaits them in the town of Russellton? And now apparently they all want scarves. I'm gonna have to make them all fucking scarves. I don't know. Anyway, please tune in next time for more monsters and more madness.